Hello and welcome to AUC News. This is Farida Kamel. As Iraq is recovering from the scars of years of Islamic State's terror and damage, a group of volunteers met in Mosul to remove hundreds of corpses. Mosul witnessed deadly battles last summer, specifically in July. Back then, many bodies remained in the areas, especially after the last stand that the militants took in the West Mosul's old quarter. The savage confrontation with the Iraq and coalition forces left hundreds killed from both sides. The volunteers are also rescuing Daesh bodies, which they are identifying by recognizing their clothing, weaponry, and long beards.
طبعا احنا هسه حاليا بالموصل القديمه، وكل ما نطب على غرفها نشوف فيها 10 ميتين على جثث الى 15، وبيها اطفال ونسوان وزلم كبار بالعمر وبيها ناس شباب، وما نعرف يعني هاي الجثث اذا كانت دواعش او كانت اطفال ناس عوائل عاديه، او اصلا اكو جثث ما معروفه هوياتها الى حد هاي اللحظه، واكو جثث لحد الان جوا الانقاض اصلا الناس ما مطلعها.
The volunteers also removed bodies of foreign fighters and letters in Russia. The letters are expected to have been written by the fighters during the battles. Vaccination has been one of the big issues in Italy. Last year, the central government passed a law to force parents to vaccinate their children against 10 diseases before enrolling them in school, after the country saw one of the worst measles outbreaks in recent memory. Nearly 20 years ago, the number of vaccinated children in Italy sank since mandatory vaccinations were adopted for school admissions. Health Minister Beatrice Lorenzen addressed a law providing a shield for our children against very serious diseases that are still among us.
Allora, la mia esperienza è questa. Io con le prime due figlie ho avuto anche io molti dubbi, devo essere sincera, condizionata dalle tante voci, dalle tante questioni e dubbi che sono stati messi intorno ai vaccini. Con lui, che è un bambino cardiopatico ed è il terzo figlio, in realtà ho percepito, poi ho vissuto tutto il calendario vaccinale, tutte le vaccinazioni che mi hanno raccomandato, più come una protezione che non.
The European Center for Disease Prevention and Control has recorded 50 deaths due to measles since 2016. Serious complications are most common in children under 5, and to prevent that, at least 95% of the vaccination should be taken. Hundreds of students of the Maryland High School staged walkouts for support to stronger gun control on Wednesday. Students are skipping classes, asking for safer environment at schools, 1 week after the deadly shooting that killed 17 people at Douglas High School.
I think this is like one of the first times that like my generation, Gen Z, is like out here understanding what's happening, understanding politics, understanding that this is 100% preventable, and like us like knowing that we're able to do something about it. We're old enough to like actually speak for ourselves.
Students were holding different signs that said, "Make our classrooms safe," and "Abolish the NRA." Democratic representatives said that America's high school students are leading a tradition of activism. Michael McCormack was appointed as the new Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Infrastructure and Transport in Australia. McCormack was sworn in by the Administrator of the Government of the Commonwealth of Australia, Linda Dessau, after the former Deputy Prime Minister Joyce Bernabei decided to step down after facing sexual harassment allegations. McCormack addressed his fellow party members after completing his appointment ceremonial for showing him their constant support.
We're all going to work closely together because that is what National Party members do. So I want to thank each and every one of the National Party members for the faith that they've shown in me. I want to make sure that people know that in me they will have a fighter. I have a huge challenge ahead of me. We have a huge challenge ahead of us as a government, as a Nationals and Liberals coalition government.
Indonesian police forces have arrested 2 foreigners on accounts of illegal drug smuggling upon their arrival in Bali's airport. The 2 defendants were identified only as British citizen ASH and German citizen SKAR.
Yang pertama ASH, beliau dari Inggris, Dia kerjaannya adalah komputer analis. Yang sebelah kanan saya dari Jerman, SKAR, umur 56 tahun, pekerjaannya desainer.
Due to Indonesia's strict drug traffic laws, the two defendants might be facing the death penalty. British and German officials have not yet responded to the Indonesian forces press conference announcement as investigations and trials continue. The United States has been called out for human rights abuse in 2017 in Amnesty International annual report. The report provides a human rights overview in around 160 countries. It concluded that 2017 may well prove to be one of the most consequential years in recent history for human rights. Secretary General of Amnesty International, Salil Shetty, cited US President Donald Trump's travel ban on mainly Muslim countries, his reinstatement of the global gag rule, and the cutback on refugees.
Peddling hatred and fear against whole groups of people based on who they are ultimately leads only in one direction. When leaders foster it or turn a blind eye, the end game is horrific and literally fatal.
A Vatican inspector's sex abuse investigation in Chile was interrupted after he underwent a gallbladder surgery on Wednesday. The investigator, Charles Clona, sent by Pope Francis, was looking into accusation that a bishop covered up sex abuse crimes against children. The spokesman for the Chilean Catholic Bishops' Conference said Ciclona had been suffering abdominal pain since last week.
El señor Chicluna se encuentra actualmente en buenas condiciones, recuperándose satisfactoriamente de la colicectomía laparoscópica, procedimiento mínimamente invasivo.
A substitute Spanish priest inspector has been assigned to handle further investigations and interviews with witnesses. The female American football team, AUC Titans, won their first match on the National League last week against Cairo Hellhounds team, scoring 26-2 at Maidi Olympic Center. AUC Titans has been formed a year ago with 25 undergraduate students, and this is the first official match for the team. Titans girls do have passion about the game as well as the coaches. They spend most of the week training in order to make good scores on the matches.
We have a great team. Everyone is very talented, but that's not enough. They all worked really, really hard, practicing 3 to 4 times a week for the last 5 to 6 months. So that's it. They're both talented and hardworking, so that's why we won 26-2.
AUC Titans will be playing against other 16s for the coming 7 weeks from different universities and clubs. Goodbye, and thank you for watching.